Welcome to the Chef's Kitchen. I'm your host, Maria Valletta, and we're here at the PBS 39 Studios at the Steel Stacks in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And joining us today is Executive Chef Michael Adams from the Bethlehem Hotel. Welcome back to the show, Chef.
Thank you. It's great to be here again.
It's great to have you on our show, and you always make something fantastic. And it looks like we're doing a little surf and turf, huh?
A little bit, yeah. We are doing a beef carpaccio with Beausoleil oysters, potato watercress puree, American sturgeon caviar.
Ooh.
And it
Getting all
is
fancy on me.
absolutely amazing. And in my opinion, these are the best oysters in the world.
All
I will
right,
argue
Beausoleil.
with anyone over this oyster
That
being
means
the best in the world.
Beautiful sun, right?
It does. It
Nice.
does. Okay, so
Let's get started.
let's get started. So what are we going to do first? We are going to start the watercress and potato puree.
Okay.
So all we are going to do,
So these must be your potatoes that you have soaking here?
they are. They're just soaking in water. And all we're going to do is take some bay leaf and some thyme and sea salt. And we're going to add the salt because we want to add the salt now so that that flavor absorbs into all the potatoes. Then we're going to add fresh thyme and always pierce the bay leaf so you get more flavor out of it. So rip it in half or three. And then we're just going to bring those up to a boil and cook those till just finished.
So you oversee 2 restaurants at the Hotel Bethlehem, correct?
I oversee 2 restaurants as well as 3 banquet facilities all at the same time.
Wow,
So
is the hotel really that big?
we have 126 rooms. We have 2 larger party-size rooms that one will seat up to 300 people.
Wow, that's great for weddings.
Amazing for wedding. It's an amazing room. And the hotel was built in, I want to say 1922.
I heard that.
Yes.
It's so historic.
So the rooms are amazing. There's a lot of history there, and the 2 restaurants are really great. We have 1741 on the terrace, which is our fine dining restaurant. Now, in that restaurant, we do the food much different than we do in the tap room. It's seasonal menus, so we'll switch them out maybe every 6 weeks. That's only because we have so many local farmers that, and there's so much to do with so much food.
This area is so great for that.
it
You're the
is.
perfect space.
It is. It's really amazing. We're getting back to the beef carpaccio, and what we are doing is we're going to take some herbs. So we're going to take some fresh chives, and we're just going to mince those down, and real small. And it's really important that you have a really sharp knife so that you don't crush the cell structure of the chive. You want to slice through it. And lots of people will just press down, and you're crushing the cell structure, so you're not cutting through it. You just want to use that blade and let that glide through the cell structure of the chive.
That's a great tip, Chef. Thanks.
And we're going to take some fresh flat leaf parsley, which was actually from Liberty Gardens in Coopersburg, not too far away, and just harvested this morning.
That's fantastic. You can't get fresher than that.
No. We have smoked sea salt. We're just going to take some black smoked sea salt with the herbs. We're going to spread these out over the,
I
we
think
have
I
a
know
little
what you're going to do.
piece of plastic wrap, and you want to just spread these out nice on there. Yep. And you want to keep it we're going to just do this a little bit, so keep it the width of the beef tenderloin. We're going to take the smoked salt as well. And this is going to add a really, really nice dimension to the dish.
Now, if you can't find smoked salt, what else would you recommend? Could you do
You
like a
can just-
rosemary salt or something fun?
I mean, whatever you like. You can just use plain fleur de sel. You can use flavored salts. So then we're just going to take this beef tenderloin,
That is a beautiful piece of meat.
and all we're going to do is lay it down on the plastic wrap, press it down a little bit so that the herbs stay tight against the beef, and then pressing it so that they all stay on
Wow,
the
look
beef
at that.
tenderloin. And then we're just going to roll that up a little bit. You can use other cuts. I prefer to use beef tenderloin. There's not a lot of fat in it.
Must be grass-fed or something. It looks so lean.
Yeah, it's a very tender cut.
Stay tuned for more from the Hotel Bethlehem. We're back with more from the Hotel Bethlehem.
We're gonna just take a little bit of olive oil. You don't want it to get too smoky, but hot enough so that you're gonna get a nice sear on the beef tenderloin. There we go. So getting back to the oysters, these are, again, Beausoleil oysters. They're from New Brunswick. You can use other oysters if you have a preference.
Potatoes are getting a little frothy here.
Yep, so they're just going to cook for about 7 minutes, and then we're going to strain those off. You just want a nice light brown sear.
One more turn, huh?
One more turn.
Oh, smells so
You
good.
smell it? The
Yes.
smokiness, the herbs, the olive oil. Smells great. I'm going to show you now how to properly shuck an oyster.
I love this.
Now, there are some oysters that are easier than others, but this is a pretty easy oyster to
I thought you were going to say, and
shuck.
this one's not easy.
No, this one is actually an easy oyster to shuck. There's, as you can see on the oyster, there's a little, you'll see a little
Yep.
groove right there. So all we're going to do is we're going to insert the oyster knife, and it's going to pop. You didn't hear that, but, and then take the
No, but I
oyster.
saw it. It went pretty easy, actually.
Take the oyster and make sure you stay to the top of the oyster, and then it comes out perfect. And then
That
what
is
you have
perfect.
here is there is a muscle that attaches the oyster to the shell, and you just want to release that so that it comes right out of the oyster. And I always flip it over like that,
It looks so pretty.
that it you have that nice shiny pristine.
That's a great tip.
Oyster,
I've seen
yeah.
people shuck oysters. I've never seen the flip.
And then I'm going to put that right in the cooler as is. We want to cool this down as fast as possible.
So into the fridge.
All right, so the potatoes should be just about ready. Maybe another 2 minutes, I would say.
So I imagine that you have a great list of champagnes to go with the oysters.
We do. We
'Cause
do.
you have
An
that
amazing wine list.
With the Wide Spectator Excellence Award.
You need 1 more minute.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open a couple more of these oysters.
All
Let's
right.
open 3 more.
So do you do any happy hours at the restaurant?
We do. We actually have them every day.
You do.
So,
That's great.
And on Wednesdays, we're going to have some nice dollar oysters on Wednesdays, and then different special martinis and whatnot.
That's a
So
great deal.
that'll
Dollar
go on-
oysters?
Yeah,
That'll give you a reason to come stay in Bethlehem overnight.
absolutely.
Order a bottle of champagne.
And it's nice because we do have the 2 restaurants, the 1741 and the tap room. So you're getting, if you want to come in for something a little more casual, you come in the tap room. We do have some of the items on the tap room menu that are on the 1741. So, if you're just looking for a little more casual but still want the food, we offer some of the dishes.
Yeah, and then you've got the banquets, the private rooms. You offer room service, I'm
Room
assuming.
service, 24
hours.
Yeah,
There you
it's
go.
it's a hotel. It is a big hotel.
That's a
so
beauty. Look at that one.
Yeah, they're all gorgeous. All right, so let's come back to the potatoes, and
They should be
let's
done,
test
right?
those. They should be
Strain
just
them.
about ready. Let's taste one here, and they are ready.
They're ready.
So we're going to strain these off. Actually, right now, what we'll do is for the watercress.
Yeah.
So you only want to use, you don't want that thick stem in there.
Nope.
So we'll just pick some of the leaves off. And watercress technically is an herb. It has a nice peppery flavor to it.
Pungent.
And grows wild in lots of different places here. And some of the farmers actually grow it as well. So it's just great. We make watercress soup, and we do all kinds of different purees for fish dishes. And again,
Leave that one out.
for the oysters, it just adds, you have a nice peppery dimension with the watercress. We'll have the smoky flavor of the smoked sea salt, and then those fresh herbs and the really fresh oysters. Just amazing. Okay, so that looks just about enough. We don't want to overpower the potato puree
Okay.
with the watercress. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to take this watercress, and we want to put it right into the water with the potato. So just take the hot water, and all we're doing here is we're essentially blanching the watercress. And then that initial blanch is going to infuse right into the potatoes, and we're going to shut that off, and then we're going to strain that off, and we're going to pick the aromatics out.
Stay tuned for more with Chef Michael Adams. We're back with more from the Hotel Bethlehem.
So we have that. just take out the thyme. Now all that flavor is infused in there already, so you know we don't want to puree the bay leaf and the thyme stems into the puree. And then what we did was we took a little vegetable stock.
That's
We
what
have a little
this is.
vegetable stock ready to go. And we want it totally drained off. Then we're going to take that and we're going to add
And you have a
it.
great tip for making homemade vegetable stock, right?
Yes, we take what you want to do is take your vegetables, your mirepoix, and so celery, carrot, onion,
Yep.
and whatever other vegetables you have, tomato scraps. You can use if you have garlic scapes at home, smashed garlic, bay leaf, thyme, peppercorn. You bring your water up to a boil and you have all of those vegetables already pre-prepared, cut up in, say, a large dice. And then you take your boiling water and you pour that over the vegetables.
Okay,
Wrap
so
it
in a
in,
big bowl, pour it over, nice and hot.
cover it with plastic wrap, and then you let that steep for 20 minutes.
Wow.
And then strain it off and you get a nice clear vegetable stock. And
20 minutes, have a vegetable stock? That's
it.
great.
That's it, and it doesn't require you to keep it going on the stove. Okay, so we're gonna make the watercress
that's what we're
puree
moving over here.
here. We're gonna put this in the Roboku. So we're gonna add this in. And we wanna add half of that liquid, which is the veg stock.
And it goes.
It should be good.
bit
Add
more?
a little more.
So this dish will be featuring seasonally for the menu.
We
At the hotel?
are running this. We'll be running this through probably September as an addition to the menu. So on occasion we'll run it. There's so many different things to do with food. I get bored easily, so I like to change things often. Okay, so all we're gonna do is we're gonna take this and we are going to puree the watercress and the potatoes. And you can see it's getting a nice vibrant green. And then at the very end, we're gonna add a little bit of truffle oil,
Oh,
white truffle oil. Now you only wanna use about 2 teaspoons of that. It's very strong and
So
pungent.
strong.
And you can smell that. If you come over here and smell this is just,
oh
it's
yeah.
amazing. The peppery watercress and the
That is so
the
good.
truffle oil, it's amazing. All right, so now we have,
So do you run evening specials like every night at the restaurant along with the menu?
we do 7 days a week. We run specials for lunch and dinner. So what we're gonna do with the potato and watercress puree at this point, now this is a cold appetizer.
Yep.
So everything should be chilled.
Do you need more chives?
No.
Okay.
That's it. And so all I'm gonna do is we're gonna take this and we're gonna take the potato, watercress, and truffle puree. And as you can see,
Wow.
it's thick, and that's the consistency you want.
Yeah.
So
get
that
out of your way
nice
so
that nice potato puree, not mashed potato, not soupy, just that nice thick consistency. So let's taste that and make sure. And of course it's perfect. So we're gonna chill that down.
Of course, it's perfect. I love that.
So we're just gonna chill that down for
So
about.
meat's chilling, potatoes are chilling.
Potatoes are chilling, and we have the. As soon as that watercress puree is chilled, we'll plate these up and be able to try them.
So we've got this amazing wine from South Italy Imports, and it is exclusive to South Italy Imports, and it's called the Angelucci Leonate Cerasulo d'Abruzzo. So it's from the Abruzzo region, and it's made with 100% Montepulciano grapes. And I think that this red is going to go really well with beef. It's seen about 6 months of oak, so it's not heavily oaked. And this is actually a rosé, excuse me, I did say red. But it has a beautiful, actually red hue to it rather than a pink. See, Cerasulo means cherry, which means red. You know, so you get a lot of those ripe red fruit flavors in here.
Nice. I think that's going to be great.
Yeah, a little
So,
Italian wine. Go ahead. So tell me,
So in the
tell me
meantime,
about
we're
what our
gonna
next step is.
Yeah, we're going to pull out the beef carpaccio.
Yeah. He looks beautiful, chef. Look at that red core. Whoops. I'm not allowed to do that in a restaurant.
Now, typically what we do is in the restaurant with the beef carpaccio is we will actually put this in the freezer for a few minutes, and then we use a slicer,
Like a specialty
meat
slicer?
Yeah, to get it real thin. Now at home.
So what are we gonna do? Because we can't do that at
So
home.
here's what you can do. Just with your knife, just slice it down as thin as you possibly can, and on either parchment paper or plastic wrap, just lay that out, and then with the side of your knife, a heavy knife or a meat mallet, just gently tap it down a little bit, and that's all you need to do.
Really?
So if you don't have, yeah, and that'll turn out just great.
That'll get it thin enough for
Yep.
the actual carpaccio.
And I think we're
consistency.
ready for the plate because I'm going to slice this down.
Stay tuned for more from the Hotel Bethlehem. We're back with Chef Michael Adams of the Hotel Bethlehem.
I'm going to slice this down. So this is how you would do it at home. Real sharp knife, as thin as possible. Again, you can tap it down a little bit. And I'm going to just do 3 for now. So we have the beef carpaccio. And what we're going to do is we're going to remove the oyster. Let's just tap this a little bit.
And how did you come up with this creation? What was the inspiration?
It was a
behind
dream.
it? Really?
Better a dream than a nightmare, though, huh? So it was, I just, it's flavor components. It's always trying to do, twists on food. There's just so much to do. There's so many different things to do. I just thought that the potato puree and the watercress, the truffle oil, it all goes well with both the carpaccio and the oyster. And then you
Yeah.
have the salty oyster and that texture of the oyster. And we're just going to wrap this up just like that. And then we're going to take the second oyster. We're not finished. This is just a really amazing appetizer, I must say.
You're so excited about it, and I just love it. The
I've been doing it
passion is
25
so
years, and
great.
I feel like I'm just getting started, so this is great. So the
Yeah, that's
oyster
right. You're
right
from
in here.
Bethlehem, right?
I
From
am,
this area?
yes.
But you've worked in a lot of kitchens around the country,
I have.
right?
I had my own restaurant for 10 years, and yes. So we're just going to take these, put it on the plate like that. So
pretty.
now we're going to take our potato and watercress puree.
No, I might as well bring the wine over here.
And so that nice vibrant green watercress puree. Now again, don't use too much of this. This is going to overpower the dish. So the idea behind this, to make it a little bit thicker than, say, a soup, is you're going to have that oyster liqueur in the bottom of the shell. You see that? So it's going to thin it out a little bit.
Yes.
But it's a perfect consistency to dip this carpaccio in. So
Wow, this presentation,
here-
Chef, is beautiful.
and here and right here. Now this is going to be the most amazing part. Okay, so we have the potato and watercress puree.
Yep.
We have the extremely fresh oyster, the
Rolled
smoked
up.
sea salt
Yep.
carpaccio of beef. Now
Rolled
we're
up
going
in
to
there.
take. Now I have a preference. I know the beluga and Osetra caviars are magnificent. However, there is something about the American sturgeon caviar that I just love. It's just amazing. So we're taking the American sturgeon caviar, and we're just going to hit. Now, not too much.
It's because it's expensive.
Not too much. Just a little bit. And we're going to put a little bit of that on each of the
That's a lot.
carpaccio. That's okay. This is going to be great. And then last, we're going to add a little bit of micro arugula on top. And if you let, the truffle oil in the potato, it's going to kind of stick with your palate a little bit. So, that wine I think will be great to cleanse the palate. And we're just going to add at the very end.
Really good.
I have a little micro arugula. Again, a nice peppery garnish for these. And that's it. And that's our
cleaned up.
beef carpaccio, Beausoleil oyster, potato watercress puree, and American sturgeon caviar.
Beautiful, Chef. I can't wait to try this. Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers.
Taste all that cherry flavor. It's going to go so good with this meat. An oyster. All right, dig in. I try and grab this little bite. Now, how do I eat this?
Just no. They are a little bit big. It's got to be one bite.
All right, one bite it is.
It's a big bite, but it's a good bite.
Out of this world. That is so good. Flavor explosion. Chef, thank you for bringing the flavor of the Hotel Bethlehem to the chef's kitchen. Cheers.
The Lehigh Valley's premier hotel, the historic Hotel Bethlehem, is perfect for any stay. With 128 rooms and suites, 24-hour room service, and a fully equipped fitness center, historic Hotel Bethlehem is sure to impress. Inside are 2 beautiful ballrooms, ample meeting space, and 2 restaurants by notable chef Michael Adams. 1741 on the terrace, a farm-to-table dining experience, and the tap room, a casual restaurant open all day. On your next trip, stay with us and feel at home at the historic Hotel Bethlehem.